So I'm here with Sarah Hawkins from Reisenfeld and Associates, and she is actually a paralegal that went to UC Claremont for paralegal school. Hi Sarah, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Great. So we're just gonna ask some questions about basically you as a paralegal.
Okay.
So we went over what law firm you work for. What do you specialize in?
The law firm I work for, we specialize in foreclosures and bankruptcy.
Okay.
I specifically work in the litigation department.
So walk me through your daily routine as a paralegal.
All right, so first, I am hourly, so the first thing I do is clock in because I am not going to do work without getting paid.
That's right.
I will check my, I'll log into the case-aware system we use, which is called case-aware. So the case management software is what I'm trying to say. Case-aware is what we use. So I'll pull that up, log into my email, and check the email, see if I got anything very urgent from the night before. Sometimes I do, because some of our clients are in California or, halfway across the world, so they may have sent me something overnight that I hadn't gotten. So I'll look at that. If there's anything pressing, I'll deal with that. Within each case for litigation, so the litigation paralegal will be assigned to a specific case.
Okay.
And we'll have steps, and usually the main step we do is issues. And it will pull you back in at least every 2 weeks to check on it. So you do a docket check, make sure nothing new has happened in the case. You do a case status. You say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what we're doing, this is what this is what we have done. And we start off with the reason why it's in litigation. So like there was an answer filed, or we have to do discovery, or the trial. Typically it comes to trial. So I'll try to go through my steps. Typically, like how it kind of first started it was doing these issues daily, but now it's it can also be like drafting a pleading or a title claim, or checking in with the client to see if they've approved you to do something. And so I work off the steps.
Okay.
Each paralegal is different. Some may do emails.
Sure.
They do emails first, and then their steps, or they do steps, and then emails. I make calls throughout the day and then have to stop what I'm doing to work on that. I could get an urgent email from the attorney saying, hey, I need you to do this now. We also have, so each client, well, not necessarily every client, but they have websites that they have kind of their own case management on. So we'll get a daily list, a morning and afternoon list of the things we need to go do on the website, which could just, and usually it's just reprojecting it saying, hey, it hasn't been solved yet because we haven't moved for judgment yet, or, oh, hey, another big issue happened, or good news when we got judgment, we're done.
Yeah.
It's been resolved, but it's really keep making sure the clients are kept up to date. We're kind of given free range to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
Probably because we each have our own attorney, so we can get quick responses, turnaround time, and stuff. So we're a bit special in that way, I guess.
Okay, gotcha. So due to confidentiality reasons, we couldn't interview in your office, which is fine.
Right.
But can you describe your office setting or your desk, something like that?
Yeah. We've got our own building because we've got a big crew. It's 2 stories. So 2 stories. Main floor is Sojourners, which is our title company, and then the big nice conference room, where they do interviews and kind of client visits. We've got our bankruptcy department and our billing department. So that's our main floor, bankruptcy, and we've got a break room where we have a vending machine, and you can go to eat. And I think that's the one place you are allowed to take photos.
Yeah.
Really, it's because of confidentiality.
Right.
We deal with social security numbers and loan numbers, and when we file things, we have to make sure there's no identifying information other than what really is public record. Through them, you can go upstairs, where we've got a conference room, and then to the left is default, so all the little cubicles, and then to the right is lit, and we actually take up quite a bit of space. Now actually so it's a square. There's 4 desks, and there's 3 of us. We use the 4th desk as a coffee bar. We've got our Keurig.
Innovative.
Right. Every paralegal has 3 computer screens.
Oh, wow.
Most attorneys have 3, although I think Greg has 5.
Oh my god.
All the attorneys and all the managers, they've got a laptop and they've got access to their emails on their phone, so they can work at home. But all the attorney offices are on the edges of the building. There's a couple in the middle, which we call little dungeons or little cubbies. The newer ones the newer attorneys have those offices because they're not that great.
Yeah. And lastly, do you have any advice for future paralegals?
Do it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
I actually really like the profession. Because like I said, I've got a bachelor's, I have a master's. I'm not bragging, I promise.
No.
I honestly had no idea what to do.
You worked hard, yeah.
I honestly had no idea what to do with either of those. I wasn't interested in teaching or doing research.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came here and I took the courses, and it was one of those things that it made sense to me. Like, I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel happy doing this. And I really enjoy my job. So I guess my advice is to find something that interests you, and just make sure it's a good fit. It's like fit, making sure you find a place that's right for you. And if you don't find it on your first try or your second try, it's not the end of the world. And so just because you start off somewhere doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. And don't burn bridges. That's really a big thing.
I feel like the legal network is big on connections.
Right.
Like that.
And, because they knew one of my teachers here.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the contacts, and I got my first full-time job because the paralegal who was working there was moving, and she talked about me so much that they said, we want to meet this girl.
Well, great. I really appreciate you letting me
Yeah.
interview you, and thank you so much.